Ladies and gentlemen of the Bravo stream, welcome back after that prolonged break. I know it's been a while since you've heard our beautiful voices, but once again, it is myself, Seymour, alongside Stance. Stance, how are you doing? You ready for this matchup?
Dude, I'm doing amazing right now. I'm wearing 17 different hats, trying to make sure the playoffs are going well. But I'm really excited for this one. This is going to be a great match. Looks like we got St. Clair Saints going up against Bowling Green State Falcons. This is exciting. It's a rematch of a regular season game that unfortunately didn't go St. Clair's way. This is just going to be a good test to see if they've improved.
I don't recall. I don't remember. I don't remember. No, but I mean, it was a while ago. We'll put it there, and it did happen. St. Clair did originally get 3-0'd by Bowling Green State, and if I'm looking at that past matchup, we can reflect on that a little bit because this time we won't be seeing 3 gun runners in a row. That's what they did got. They did get 3-0'd on gun runners consecutively, but this time we're going to be headed to a different set of maps. And if we can just take a second and introduce our home team, will be Bowling Green State. In just a second, we will be able to introduce these teams and see what we got going for us.
Yeah, looks like here we go. We're gonna be able to pull up the rosters for these two teams. Looking at the side of Bowling Green Falcons, you got Blast, Ranger, Tactics, Bung, and Smiley Slays. Once again, I don't know if I've ever seen Bowling Green State play. I'm going to be leaning on you a lot for information in this one, but looking at the side of St. Clair Saints, you got Lovell, Priestley, White Tiger, Turkster, and Sauce. And I remember from what I've seen, Priestley's nasty.
Oh, Priestley is nasty. I remember when we brought him up, and I was playing on this team, and we were in the kickoff tournament for CCL. I was playing side by side with Priestley, and I just couldn't believe how good he is on the sticks and how much gun skill he has alongside Sauce too. Both of those two players. I mean, on Atlanta FaZe, you got the Tiny Terrors.
Yeah,
That's what I think of when I think of Sauce and Priestley. So like you can't sleep on them because they'll catch up on you.
Yeah, I feel that 100%. Let's take a look at St. Clair's stats coming into this one from the regular season. Pretty even across the board here. Not really one mode that you'd say they excel in. They're kind of middle of the pack, which makes sense because they finished kind of high middle of the pack in the Midwest division. 20-point differential and hard point. That's not the best, but it's not horrible. Looks like they don't really enjoy playing Dom. They're the worst team in the playoffs in that game mode.
I mean, their respawns, they're hit or miss really in the respawns. They've worked on a lot of search and destroy though, so I'm excited to see what they can bring to search, especially when we head to Piccadilly. But right now we get to look at the BGSU Esports lineup and their stats to go off of. I know they're a different breed compared to St. Clair right now. They're sitting pretty on the leaderboards. They got one great statistic on that search and destroy. They're sitting 9th place, 15-3, and even their respawns aren't too bad either, Stens.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because both Bowling Green and St. Clair are in the same division. So the fact that Bowling Green is the higher seed, which means they just played better in the same division when compared to St. Clair. I think the respawns are going to be leaning pretty heavily in favor of Bowling Green. I think especially in that domination game mode, they have a good differential. And so I think if for the side of St. Clair, if they're going to get it done here, it's going to have to be in the hard points and to steal a search.
I mean, one thing I'm really looking at for the side of Bowling Green is Bunger. I know he is a player that they recently subbed in on their team due to internet issues. So, but I from what I understand is that they subbed him in, and there wasn't really a whole big change. So I'm excited to see what they can bring and what we can bring because I just heard the ticking down in my ears, and I know Gunrunner Hardpoint will be map 1. We're going to be heading into that shortly. Any final thoughts before we hop into this, Stents?
Honestly, Gunrunner's a map that everyone loves to play, so we're going to see the best out of these two teams here. You can't say that I just never play that map. So I'm really excited that this is going to be very, very competitive. I think it's going to be a pretty even matchup in this one.
I mean, I know last night we touched on it again and again about the squad spawns in this game, especially on Gunrunner. It's very back and forth on either side, but game 1 of the St. Clair Saints Bowling Green Falcons is underway, and we do hop off with AKA Lavelle. He's going to be holding down the spawns. They anchor the team, making sure they don't give up these .2 spawns.
Yeah, exactly. And you're going to see Bowling Green State going to try to push forward through this crate side to break these spawns. Gunfight's going back and forth. Priestley, big 2-piece, making some noise. And you see that right there. St. Clair able to win the gunfights and keep those spawns.
Yeah, Bowling Green, they're getting the majority of this time for .1. Priestley does break through with a kill of his own, backed up by Turkster. So we do see Saints, they break through, and they are getting some time for this first point. But look at number 0 on the minimap. He's going to be rotating around. St. Clair has to be careful. They have to catch him up. They can't give up on these second point spawns. It is going to be Smiley. He does find a pick onto Gucci Game, but Smiley does get taken out by Lavelle. They hold on to these second point spawns, but not very clean from St. Clair for the first point. It's going to be majority of the time going to Bowling Green.
Yeah, and looking towards this P2, it's going to be all St. Clair. Looks like Bowling Green not able to do much in terms of breaking through those spawns for P2. And that's going to just kind of neutralize that first hard point, because I think St. Clair's going to be able to rack up a ton of points here.
Yeah, but here we go. We got Blast. He's trying to push through the front doors of this point. Meets Priestley's gun and gets taken down early. They're going to try to rotate around and pull the spawns out from behind them from trains. But it's Priestley. He's looking for some more, and he finds some more. How will Bung break into this?
I mean, he's going to try to go through this top window, but I don't know if that's a good play, because looking at the way spawns work on this hill, St. Clair is going to be spawning really close on those crates and that front train area, but all the gunfights going in favor of Bowling Green. You're going to be able to get a little bit of 20 seconds here, but look at player number 2. He's pushing through Boiler. He's going to be set up for P3. I mean, that's just a very good setup from St. Clair on that hill.
I mean, one thing I can touch on about the Saints roster again and again, and I tell them, is that they need to get on those rotations early. And I love seeing St. Clair going for that .3 earlier than Bowling Green, because they need to lock down these minecarts right here. You see on the minimap, Gucci Gang does spot out Blast, so they know that he's going to be on the back, and he does get traded out. 5 go down for Bowling Green. St. Clair clutch up and hold down this .3.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to continue to pop off here on this hard point. Able to hold the nades coming in from Bung. That's a big 2-piece tactic with 1 as well. Reese is going to be playing the front of this hill. Able to find 2. Blast going to trade him out, but unfortunately pick up a teammate. St. Clair this is winning the slaying game. They're winning the rotations, and that's why you're seeing them with the lead on the scoreboard.
I mean, I love seeing them come out strong here. 3 go down for Bowling Green. Lavelle already on the rotation for .4. Nobody there to contest him either. And he's got Priestley there to back him up. So these two right here, this could be dangerous for Bowling Green. They might be able to spiral this out if you're St. Clair. Sauce not finding anything on the flank after a quick 2-piece, but tactics. He tries to break back and pull this back into Bowling Green's favor.
And Bowling Green's got to be a little bit careful here, because P5 is going to have those same preferential spawns as P3. So player number 7 is going to have to clear out the back. Otherwise, they're going to get... This is basically just going to be a 50-50 shot here of them getting 50 on this hill, and then St. Clair's going to get 50 on the next hill. So they got to be looking over towards that next hill. Blast getting 3, though. Trying to clear out the back. St. Clair still holding strong for these P5 spawns, but right now, all of this time on the current hill going towards Bowling Green.
And Smiley and Bung, they're trying to break through and take St. Clair out of these spawns, but St. Clair just dug into the next set of spawns, and they're holding down. I mean, Bowling Green, they are pulling back on the time. They're only down by about 3 now. So we're going to see the lead switch over to Bowling Green's favor. But if St. Clair can hold on to this next point spawns and kind of break out onto this, I know this is a money hill that they'll be able to break their lead back out again.
Yeah, Gunrunner's just a series of money hills, so you can see teams kind of... That's why you usually see Gunrunners being very close, because you see one team's going to set up for the next hill, and it's going to be a money hill for them. And it's just going to keep doing that, flipping over and over again. That's what St. Clair's hoping to do here. They're locking all of this down, but Bung has something to say about it. Coming through the back, kind of screwing with the spawns for St. Clair. Gets hunted out, but player number 8 should still be blocking back spawns. Yeah, you're seeing player number 4 spawning really far out for St. Clair, so they got to win some gunfights quickly.
But I mean, if you're St. Clair, this might be a saving grace. You might be able to pinch it out. Number 4, he does go down, so it doesn't work in their favor. There's still 30 seconds left on this hill. 3 go down for St. Clair. Traded back with Tactics going down. Bung. He hops onto the point. He's going to contest it out, but Priestley and Lavelle, they're holding on with White Tiger. 3 go back and forth, and St. Clair holds on strong.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the slang scoreboard here, Sauce has had himself a game. Otherwise, pretty even across the board for both of these two teams. Smiley having himself a game for the side of Bowling Green. And looking over towards P1 here and P2, St. Clair's going to have preferential spawns, but it looks like player number 8 is going to be sneaking back through this crates area, able to pick up the players from St. Clair. But unfortunately for him, more players from St. Clair spawn up, able to clear him out.
I mean, Turkster and Lavelle just made the hero play of rotating all the way around the map, giving St. Clair the second point spawns. I know first point's going to go to Bowling Green right now. They're going to get a lot of time here, but St. Clair, where they were at the start of this game, they're just out-rotating Bowling Green right now. It's a close game, and just because of the rotations of St. Clair.
Yeah, Blast with a big 3-piece there to try to push his way in for these P2 spawns, but unfortunately for him, not enough. Priestley having himself a day over here in crates, 21-15, winning gunfight after gunfight. Unfortunately, going to fall to Tactics there. St. Clair looks perfectly ready to soak up all this time on P2.
I mean, Lavelle, he's on that head glitch top vents. He's going to be fighting these players over in back alley, but the nade is going to drop him. 3 go down back in Bowling Green side. 4 go down as Priestley finds a double kill, and he's going to back up. He's 24-16 stents. He can't be stopped right now.
He has been nasty all season long, and he's putting on a show here in playoffs for us. If you don't know Priestley, you do now.
I mean, St. Clair, they're at the deficit right now. Bung in the back there. He's going to find 2, and he's going to rotate it back in their side. But St. Clair, they're still catching time. It's going to be a tie game as Bowling Green retakes the site. They got 30 seconds to pull back in their favor. But if Priestley has anything to say about it, he might be able to kind of stir up the pot on the site, which he's not able to do. Bowling Green going to finish this. And on the minimap, it's number 1, Turkster, for the rotations.
Yeah, I think the side of Bowling Green, you don't have a player, unfortunately, for Turkster not having the best of games. I think that's why you're seeing a lead. You're seeing a much more balanced approach from Bowling Green, able to soak up scrap time and contest on rotations.
If St. Clair, it's on my notes right here. If St. Clair wants to pull this series back in their favor, they gotta take this hard point, and they're doing a good job at keeping it even. As 3-4 go down for St. Clair. That's not the start of this hill that they want. 5 go down. They're still spawning up on the site, so that's a good thing. But if they're not careful, they might be spawn trapped here.
Yeah, player number 8 needed to push forward and block the back spawns if they wanted to fully flip spawns here. What you kind of want to do because of the nature of the hills on this map. But right now, St. Clair's still continuing to spawn close and contest time, but all of the time so far is going towards Bowling Green. You got Blast and Bun trying back and forth for kills here. Blast in a super good power position, watching this crates area. Tactic's going to flank around and get the trade there.
197 going to take over the 200-point mark for Bowling Green. St. Clair, they're going on the rotations. It's Turkster. He's got to light up now. He's got to find his pace. He doesn't get the kill to break the site. That's going to be Smiley holding down spawns for them. 3 go down back and forth with Priestley breaking between. Tactics on the flank might be able to find something. St. Clair has to break this site.
Yeah, St. Clair's got to show up and move in quickly if they're going to be able to stay alive in this game number 1. But right now, it's looking all Bowling Green going forward. As I say, that White Tiger Gucci Gang sauce combined for 4 to keep themselves alive in this one. They have the preferred spawns for P5. Can they do this? I think they can. They can stack this in. But right now, Bowling Green swarming the hill, trying to end it here.
I mean, Blast is that standout player right now. He's just breaking out and getting the triple kill. Every single kill that he needs. He's so selfless right now. Finding White Tiger as well. There's 12 seconds left on it. They can't win on this site. We're going to go to point 5. Rangers there to try to break through, but St. Clair, they have to play perfect now if they want to take the win on this first map.
I mean, I've seen it done before because of the natures of these money hills. It's possible, but I think once if they could make it, they could push it to another rotation, push it towards that mid hill. But even if they end up doing that, I think this is going to go in favor of Bowling Green. They need 3 more seconds in the hill. Let's see what kind of show St. Clair can put on.
AK Lavelle, he's going to hold up the back spawns, looks for the second, finds the second. There's another one in the doorway, picked up by White Tiger. 33 seconds left on this point. Sauce goes down to Ranger. White Tiger breaks out, finds one, instantly traded. St. Clair barely holding on to this point. The relentless pressure of Bowling Green is starting to break through, starting to seep through the cracks of St. Clair. One more in there. Bong gets traded out. St. Clair stays alive.
They have 14 seconds. They got to focus towards next. I kind of like that. They're sending one player here. The massive gunplay.
No.
Over. He loses it. Oh, but player number 3 is going to rotate back, but Blast. Oh, wow. Blast able to pick off that player trying to contest from front hill. Bowling Green's going to be able to take that one. 250 to 199.
St. Clair got a little ahead of themselves at the end there. We saw them try to break on for the rotation, and they tried to push out, which isn't necessarily the wrong thing to do, but Bowling Green did the smart thing. They rotated back. They just broke the hill when it was weak. They only needed 3 seconds, and they had 8 in the bank to pick up. So excellent job by Bowling Green to play that to their favor.
Yeah, I mean, Priestley had himself a game. Unfortunately for him, not quite enough. The likes of Blast kind of countering that heavy slay effort for the side of Bowling Green. I think looking forward towards a Piccadilly search and destroy, I honestly couldn't tell you what I'm expecting.
I mean, from my side, I know a lot more about St. Clair than I knew on Bowling Green. And I know that St. Clair, they are practiced in Piccadilly. I don't know how practiced Bowling Green is. I know St. Clair is sitting 1-1 on the board for win-loss for this map. So I'm excited to see what they can bring. And I know that they have been focusing a lot more on their search and destroy than they have on their respawns. But will Bowling Green's just gun skill and pressure be too much for them, though, Stents?
I have to be leaning towards Bowling Green in this one. I mean, Bowling Green State, they 3-0'd them the last time they played, and I haven't seen anything yet to tell me that it's going to go differently this time.
I mean, St. Clair made it interesting at the end there. They locked down that 0.5 of the hard point, and they weren't doing a horrible job. They were just caught on the rotations, and they were just caught off guard. There's just a mistake from them. It happens all the time. You can pull back, regain in the search and destroy. It can come out as an upset, 1-1. I want to see the upset. I'm heavy leaning towards Saints with the upset, but I'm a little bit biased on that side.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be loading into this map really shortly here. Mike, my only question is, how many snipers are we seeing on the map?
I hope we see 5 snipers on either team. Because how else do you play Piccadilly?
I mean, you kind of have to. You got to set up. You got to be able to hold your angles. Looks like it's going to be a little bit of an A hit for the side of Bowling Green State here. Smokes are going out, trying to get bombed down, but I believe that's a Planter getting traded out by Gucci Gang Sauce there. That's a big kill.
Bong moving over to the middle of the map does find out Lavelle, and that is a big pick indeed. They have mid-map control. They're just going to back off. I don't think Bomb was picked up yet by Bowling Green, so they're just going to be trying to work around to find this. But if White Tiger's not careful, he's going to be caught out with some bad timing. I think that's going to be Bong coming out on top with that one, and it is.
Beautiful shots there out of Bong. Right now, it's just been back and forth throughout this first round of S&D here. But unfortunately for St. Clair, they're going to find themselves on the losing end. Just a couple more gunfights than Bowling Green. It's a 1v3 for Turkster. And I don't think it's ended there with a nice little pick of the head by Bowling Green.
Once they get the bomb down, that sniper on scaffolding is just such a dangerous player to have on the board. He has so much sightline over the statue area of the map, along with top shoe. So if you let the bomb get planted on A and there's a sniper set up on scaffolding, you almost need a flank or a lurker to take him out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about this map. There's so many nooks and crannies of different ways you can just rotate throughout the map. It can get horrible for people to try to keep track of it all.
Lavelle trying to look for a spawn snipe, might be able to find him there, and I think he connected with the shot on the second. But I wasn't too sure on seeing it just yet. He's going to rotate on around. Bomb did go down, so St. Clair, they're looking to take this and tie it back up in a 1-1 stand. We're going to be hopping.
Looks like it's going to be a 4v4 right now. Gunfight. This is a big gunfight for the side of Bowling Green. These He's gonna be able to find two here. Finds one, finds the second. That's beautiful stuff. Unfortunately, gets trade up from the back. And right now, gunfire going back and forth. I believe bomb did get planted at this A bomb site as well. Unfortunately, a little bit of a codcast, just unable to see a little bit of information here. But St. Clair ends up taking the round. That's not what I expected.
Honestly, there's so many gunfights back and forth, and this big flank from Lavelle to win it out. I know he flanked all the way around. I think that was through point 3 of the hard point, and he rotated all the way around in behind buses to get that kill. So excellent job by St. Clair, setting up right, getting the trades, getting the bomb down early. They played that perfectly.
Yes, they did. And looking into this next round, it looks like White Tiger not doing so hot in this one. I think Ranger for the side of Bowling Green as well, trying to get themselves their first kill of the game here. Looks like the offensive side of Bowling Green is going to be pushing towards A once again. That's kind of the preferred bomb site if you can get your smokes out, kind of get the one guy that's going to be sitting probably top Nike in this situation. And just get bombed down quickly. Because at Piccadilly, you got to force movement out of the defense.
White Tiger, he does pick up the first blood of the round, so that's advantage to St. Clair. And if St. Clair's not prepared, they might be able to get caught out by this player lurking around to the B side of the map. So with this default split from Bowling Green, they do have the means to be able to switch to either side. But as 2 go down and trade it off, it looks like they're going to commit to the A side. White Tiger finds 3, and he gets himself on the board with a fashionable round.
Yeah, that's just as we take another look at what White Tiger did here. Beautiful stuff, picking up the shots and being able to secure the round. I mean, going forward in this one, is there anything you'd like to see a little bit more from one of these two teams?
Honestly, I just think they need to commit once they have an idea. I think they're questioning either team. They have an idea of where they want to go, but they second guess themselves and if they want to go to the other point. I think if one team sticks to the site, I think that's what's going to win you the round because both teams seem indecisive.
Yeah, the sniper battle goes in favor of St. Clair in that one. White Tiger able to pick up Bunk as well. So it looks like man advantage is going to be on the side of St. Clair. Looks like they're going to be playing a little bit towards this A bomb site. They don't want to put the bomb down quite yet. They know this player is top Nike. Tactics, you got to clean him out or smoke off the site if you're going to be able to get bombed down. But Range's going to push up onto the fountain here. Smokes come out to the side of St. Clair. This is a dangerous push for Range here, but it could pay off. No, it does not. All the gunfights going in favor of St. Clair.
St. Clair pulling it back 1v4 right now for Smiley, and he's got a sniper. And if he pulls out this sniper ace, I'd be surprised. Oh, he's got an M4 in his back pocket. He's fine. He's got some power to him. He can make it interesting, but he doesn't. That's going to be Priestley on the other side of his gun, and that's a tough gunfight to win. St. Clair goes up 3-1 in Piccadilly, and they're looking good right now.
Yeah, as they go through this, man, I would love to know the veto process, how this went down, how Piccadilly got into this map set. I want to know, was it a pick from one of these guys? Or did they just assume that, you know, the other team would ban it, so it wouldn't be played? I think that would be interesting to know how the vetoes went down in this one, because St. Clair looking really good so far.
Right now, going into round 4, we got Blast on the sniper this time. He goes for the spawn snipe, doesn't connect with anything, but Tactics blows up the vehicle to pick up Lavelle, and that's a huge pick because Lavelle's sitting 5-3 on the leaderboards now, and he's having quite the match.
Yeah, Tax is able to pick up another. I mean, I know for me, one of the most frustrating things about playing this map is the random car explosions. That one, just a good timed nade to be able to pick up that player. Priestley able to pick up Ranger as well with that shot. Looks like right now it's going to be man advantage in favor of Bowling Green, but as I say, that Priestley able to pick up the wall bang onto Smiley's. That's a big kill. White Tiger with another one. This round's it's going towards St. Clair. White Tiger putting on a show with that M4. It looks like they're going to be hopping on bomb early, too. They know that Blast has a sniper. Is he going to be able to pick him up? Is he going to be able to find a second? He does! Blast! What are you doing? You're sick, brother. But he's got one player left, but 12 seconds on the clock. At this point, he's playing his life. He knows that he's won the round. Player number 9, White Tiger, unable to defuse bomb. And that's a clutch and a half from Blast.
Name a better Name a better duo from today. Teams just not winning rounds and searching to destroy that they need, and one player making a hero play to clutch it up.
That was, I did not expect that to go down like that. But honestly, I'm so happy to see it. Bowling Green staying alive, staying close in this one. Looks like Lavelle's going to try to snipe through the smoke again. Almost get the team shot. That would have been dangerous.
That's just a round that you have to take out of your heads if you're St. Clair. Bung pushes up, finds one, finds two. Blast finds another snipe. That's 3 go down for St. Clair, making it 4. St. Clair getting wiped off the map. They're looking for a perfect round for Bowling Green. Sauce gonna deny him that one, but he's traded out fast. Bowling Green ties it up 3-3.
This has been so back and forth. It's unbelievable. I mean, as we take a look at Ranger here picking up Sauce over towards this tarp area. I mean, both these teams, I don't know if it's the fact they're both practiced on Piccadilly or if they're both just kind of winging it, but it's given us a competitive match.
I mean, we saw Bung. That aggression from him totally caught St. Clair off guard. He got in there. He got right up in the face. I think it was White Tiger went down first, and you just got to be ready for that. I know we said in, like, I think it was round 3, White Tiger was 0-2. He's 7-3 right now. But tactics, right off the bat, he finds another card to blow up in Priestley's face.
Yeah, I mean, going into this, it looks like Bowling Green's be able to get bombed down, but man advantage going in favor of St. Clair off of that pick from Lavelle on the tactics. It looks like, oh, White Tiger, he's going to snap into black. He is. Beautiful shots there.
I thought that nade was going to connect, but it doesn't. Sauce jumps down. He's looking for this. Doesn't check bottom staircase. Smiley finds 2. Finds the 3rd on the statue. Bowling Green taking the lead in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Bowling Green's kind of starting to assert their dominance. We're seeing flashes of brilliance from the side of St. Clair. Smiley able to be set up on that Heglish there and win that last gunfight.
I mean, right now, like you touched it. You asked me before. I wanted to see teams just dedicate to a bomb site and just confidently take it. And that's what we're seeing from Bowling Green right now. They're taking the space that they need, and then they're giving space to take it back. So they're really going back and forth on this. But Bowling Green, they're playing it perfectly.
Looks like the sniper pick's going to be coming out. Lavelle putting in some work with that. He's 8-5 so far in this one. But it's going to be a 4v4. But St. Clair's going to be able to try to push towards this bomb site here. But when the gunfight's needed, bomb is going to start going down. Turkster with a big kill on the bung to kind of open up this bomb site. Turkster's kind of left out alone here. Yeah, he should get traded out there by the players in Nike. And Priestley's got to go big here if they want any chance to win this round.
Where's Lavelle sitting? Lavelle's going to be sitting back jewelry. And Priestley gets taken out, but if Lavelle plays this right, he could do what Blast did. He could play that off angle. He might have sightlines onto this bomb. We're going to see Smiley. He hops it. He might get this defuse off. If Lavelle doesn't check this, he might get the defuse off, and he does!
That's tough. You got to be able to check bomb after you know that it only takes 7.5 seconds to be able to defuse in this game. And unfortunately, you can't just let the bomb go unchecked for more than that time.
It's map point for Bowling Green in the second map. Blast connects with a hip marker. That is St. Clair's saving grace right now. You have to just play your life in that one. Sauce getting really aggressive, and right now St. Clair, they need to bring out all the bells and whistles that they have. Priestley opening up with the first pick.
Yeah, and Turkster able to find another one as well. This is not looking good for the side of Bowling Green in this round. But Smiley with the double headshot of White Tiger and Turkster. As I say that, the casting curse coming through, and Bowling Green not looking as good as they once did.
Smiley is on a 6-kill streak right now. This man is popping off. What did he have for breakfast right now? Priestley trying to pull it back. Ranger going down, but Smiley's there to go on a 7-kill streak. Now Blast picks up a kill with his pistol. He goes, he grabs the bong, and he's planting it, but Sauce in a 1v2 to clutch up, make it a 1v1. He should know the bomb's going down. He sprays. He almost catches him off. Sauce brings him down to about nothing, but Smiley is staying alive, and he gets out. Sauce did see him cross, so he's going to be going for the challenge. 30 seconds left on the timer. Will he see that cross? No, bad timing for Sauce, and he's right behind him, but he has no idea.
This 1v1 is wild. Smiley didn't get called out by that smoke bait onto site. He's going to throw a stun check, not be able to get it. But Gucci Gang is on the bomb. The stun check didn't work, but he's going to see his foot. Yes, he is able to pick up the kill. Bowling Green taking home this S&D in a wild one.
I mean, it seemed right after St. Clair lost that, I think it was a 1v3 clutch from Blast with the sniper. It just seemed like as after that happened, St. Clair didn't know what to do with the game. It struck a nerve in them, and they lost it. They were giving up picks that they didn't need to. They weren't paying attention to the aggression that Bowling Green was applying, and they just it was just some unlucky trades back and forth with the cars too. But you really have to praise Bowling Green for coming back from a 3-1 deficit.
I mean, just the poise from Bowling Green to say, okay, we're down, but we're not out, and to be able to come back in this one, that's something you have to applaud them on. But on the same kind of deal, St. Clair, you went off to a good start. You guys were hitting some nasty shots, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. Things started crumbling towards the middle of that game.
And one thing now, as we go to the third map of this, it's going to be Gunrunner Domination. Gunrunner Domination, the last time Bowling Green 3-0'd St. Clair, that's where they ended off, and it was very heavily favored to Bowling Green. But if I know my boys over at St. Clair, I know that there's nonstop action for them for Gunrunners. So I'm excited to see what they can pull out on this one. They made it interesting in Hardpoint.
Now, Gunrunner Dom is an interesting game mode because of just the nature of that map, the nature of a domination game mode. But you can hit through field, you can hit through boiler, you can hit through mid. Because of that, where that B Dom flag is placed, it just that map plays so interesting.
I mean, when it comes to Gunrunner Dom, you can like take a piece of paper of strats for Gunrunner and you can crumple it up and throw it in a ball because those don't exist on Gunrunner Domination. It's just back and forth. Win your gunfights, you win the map. So where we were touching on in game one is that Hardpoint. You saw Turkster only drop 10. He was about, I think he had a 0.5 KD at the end of the first map. So
not good.
You really have to look at Turkster to kind of turn it around for St. Clair because everybody else in St. Clair was slaying out in that Hardpoint. It just seemed like he was that player that Bowling Green was able to just walk on.
Yeah, I mean, Turkster is the weak link so far in this one for that St. Clair team. If they're going to do anything in this respawn, he's got to show up. He's got to show out for his squad. I mean, this is the loser's bracket. If you don't win here, your tournament life is over.
I mean, he did have a good game in that Surge and Destroy. And the Surge and Destroy was close. It was definitely... It was a 6-3, but the rounds came down to 1v1s most of the time.
Wild rounds.
like Blast winning that 1v3 with a sniper should not have happened for St. Clair, but it did. And that just sparked something in Bowling Green that they just took off with that. They won 5 rounds in a row, took the map. Gunrunner Domination, I mean, they took the Hardpoint, and the Hardpoint wasn't easy to take, but right now it's favoring Bowling Green.
Yeah, as we get this lobby loaded up, we're waiting on a couple of players to get into it. I personally don't see this going past game 3. I think it's gonna end on this Gunrunner Domination. Do you have anything to say about? Do you think it's gonna? Do you think St. Clair as a homer? I want to give you a chance to defend your home team.
If I could take a second to see what's coming up next, game 4 will be Azir Cave Hardpoint if they can go to that. And I know St. Clair's played Azir Cave a couple times, not too much. So I'm worried if it goes to a game 4, but I want to see that game 4. I want St. Clair to stay in it. I know they have the potential to do it. They just got to keep cool, calm, collected, and shut down this momentum. But I just heard in my ears that we are having a little bit of issues with the lobby. So for the meantime, we're going to head to a quick break. Everybody on the other side of the stream, everybody waiting to see how this big series turns out. You're just going to have to wait a little bit longer because we'll be right back with some playoff action.
such a great game. They push out updates constantly to help try to fix things, and sometimes they just don't go well. This most previous update from this week, unfortunately, has caused some issues with connecting to servers, and especially private matches. You get these things called dev errors. It just ruins your day when you're trying to say run a tournament.
Yeah, I mean, if I got a nickel for every single time somebody lagged out of a COD game or somebody got connecting to online service for more than 10 minutes at a time for a COD game, I'd be able to buy Activision and make them run the game properly.
Oh wow! But yeah, right now, unfortunately, we're waiting for one player for I believe the side of Bowling Green to get his connection sorted out. But looking around the league, I believe that on our next match on this broadcast, at least, is going to be UTD versus Illini Orange. That one's got me excited.
I know we casted Illini Orange last night, and they had an insane game against Oregon. I know it was a little bit back and forth on the hosts because what can we say about the Oregon to Illinois host? But they're going up against Dallas this time, and I mean I know we're in the middle of the St. Clair Bowling Green, but how are you feeling about that Dallas roster?
Oh, I'm a big fan. That roster, Mr. J Pistachio, their captain, the solid main AR. You got Cocaine and Enviage running your main subs. Those guys are really freaks out there on the map. They can, especially Cocaine, he can pop off, drop 45, 50, any map. He's scary. Nate Fiasco, once again, he's another one of those flex players. He can kind of hold down a lane with an AR, or if needed to, on say a Hackney, can whip out that MP5 and put in work. I'm a big fan of that UTD roster. I'm a big fan of how much they play, the way they play as a team, what they did to improve before playoffs. I personally had them finishing, I believe, fourth. So I don't think that they're going to lose to Illini Orange, but Illini Orange have shown a lot of promise.
I mean, even just yesterday, they showed up and they slayed out. They played everything to the T. But I mean, I know I just cut in to segue over to the next matchup, but focusing back on the St. Clair versus Bowling Green, in the gun runner, I know I said that I want to see Turster show up if St. Clair was going to take this. What do you want to see, Stance, for this map to be tipped over into St. Clair's side?
I hate to continue to call out one person, but Turkster needs to show up in this one for his team. He's been the weak point. I know that I was, I don't know if I should be bringing this up, but I was sitting in a call late last night after all the matches with some players from around the league, just talking about all of the players in playoffs, kind of going through the bracket. And Turkster was getting a little bit of slander thrown at him. And I think that he's better than that. I think he can show it here. Otherwise, I think St. Clair is going to unfortunately fall in this game three.
I know he's an excellent player. I played it with him a lot, and that he's got a lot to bring to this roster. Probably just the playoff nerves getting to him. It happens to a lot of people. So I mean, it's game three. You've had a few warm up games. You can show up here. I mean, we saw it yesterday with Condog. He wasn't showing up too much, but he heated up and he brought the fire. So I want to see Turkster do that, and I know that he can. I know the teams are also getting ready in the lobby, so soon we will start this up.
And that's the other thing is that they're still in playoffs. They're not playing bad teams. So
Yeah.
even if you're having a slightly off day, you're going to get punished for it. So I mean, I feel like St. Clair definitely has the firepower to take this one. I mean, we've seen it in that S&D and the first hard point. They can shoot back against Bowling Green.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like it's been a blowout by any means.
No, I think it was Priestley himself. He dropped 38 the first map, and he crushed it. To see just to see the way that he came out and he was on fire in game one. I mean, I know St. Clair's, they got nothing to lose right now. Absolutely nothing. They've already exceeded expectations of most people. And right now you just gotta go all in. You gotta break into it. You gotta break off right at the start of this domination and basically hold on to the back and forth points. I want to see them lock down that B site with a spawn flag instantly.
Yeah, I know we're kind of feeling a little bit of dead air here as these players are trying to get into the lobby, but I think we're going to toss it to a short break as we wait for these connections to get sorted out. But please don't go anywhere. We have the finishing game of this series, possibly, or are we going to see St. Clair extended right after this? Or something else quickly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be hopping into this game 3 finally with Bowling Green at the disadvantage in a 4v5 setup. So St. Clair, well, they're at disadvantage. They need to take off and they need to take the advantage fast. Bung going to find a nice little trade out early. And St. Clair setting up on B.
Yeah, right now, so this is a gift from God for St. Clair. To stay alive in this one, they have to win this map. Because honestly, if you lose 4v5 to lose 3-0, you really shouldn't. You have no words. There's nothing you can say to help you.
You take your hat off, you put it away, and you go take a nap after that one. White Tiger, though, he pushes around 4, go down for Bowling Green. That's a team wipe, as a matter of fact. And St. Clair holds steady on this A-B hold. Gucci Gang, he's looking to push out C.
Yeah, and right now, I believe that St. Clair putting on a little bit of a show here. It's not even going to be close. Look at what Bowling Green is spawning. They have to fight through the entire map, through an entire team. And St. Clair has an extra person to watch and win the gunfights. It's going to be a tough scene for Bowling Green in this one.
And Priestley, he is aware that a player did get around back. That is Smiley. He slays out in the back on White Tiger and Turk. He's going to be disrupting on the A flag. B flag getting disrupted at the same time. Bowling Green might actually neutralize a flag here. And they get B neutralized. Sauce can't push onto this just yet. He's going to peek. Finds the first. The second one doesn't get traded out. Bung going to find a double kill. Ranger finds a third. And actually, it's Bowling Green stabilizing on the map.
Yeah, on that B flag, they're able to actually pick up all 5. Wow, Bowling Green showing us a little something here. Sauce shooting bodies, bro. You're getting torqued in a 4v5, even if it's just for a little bit of time.
Wow, I cannot believe Bowling Green just broke through that. But right in the back, you do see players go down on Bowling Green. St. Clair wipes forward, but A gets neutralized. B gets neutralized. C capped for St. Clair. And St. Clair trying to equalize, but Blast, he's having a field day over on this A site. But Lavelle, he's trying to make the hero play, and he does. He caps C, and he clears it back down.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, Bowling Green putting up one heck of a fight in this one, but you can't see any world where St. Clair loses this one. Priestley, 7-1 to start this map. Everyone on the side of Bowling Green is 4-5 or 4-6.
And we can even touch on Turkster right now. He's 1-4 in this matchup. Priestley, he's set 8-2, so he's like excelling where his teammate is having some struggle right here. We got to really look at this play right here. Turkster, he has to pick it up in this match, even if it is a 5-on-4. Bowling Green, they're not slowing down.
Yeah, I especially called out Turkster before this one. And this one, you really have to show up, because if you're letting a team keep it close 4v5, then that's showing that one of the players on your side, or you as a team, is just not doing enough on the map.
St. Clair trying to bring this back on the B site. They push through the trophy system up. Ranger picks a two-piece on the flag, and that is the C flag neutralized. So St. Clair is actually not picking up any points at the moment. St. Clair is getting absolutely suffocated in a 4v5.
Yeah, this is a wild Blast, able to pick up. White Tiger ending that little charade from Blast over there. But yeah, Bowling Green coming out with the fire 4v5.
I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked right now by the way that Bowling Green is like going here, and I don't want to see Bowling Green in a 5v4 when they're playing this good. I like, this team needs that 5v5 right now, because this team has earned the win, and if this is how they go out, this is not looking good.
Actually, that one player has connected to the lobby, so it looks like it's a 5v5 now, and now I'm concerned for St. Clair.
I mean, if you're St. Clair, you have the lead here, but is it enough? Is it enough to hold out onto Bowling Green now with their 5th player back? You see 4 go down for Bowling Green. The A flag did get neutralized, and St. Clair does have control for 2, so they really have to show in the second half that they are here for a reason in the playoffs.
Yeah, Bowling Green did just enough to keep them in it throughout that first half, 4v5. And now we're going to the second half with tactics back in the lobby. Ooh, this is going to be terrifying if you're a St. Clair fan for this second half.
About just over a 20-point lead for St. Clair going into the next round, the final round possibly for St. Clair's playoff life. This is where you need to show up. This is where you need to pull it back. And this is going to be a tough one for St. Clair, especially moving over to the less preferred side.
Yeah, I mean, Bowling Green did that 4v5 on the weak side of the map. St. Clair, unfortunately for them, they're not going to win this one. I have complete faith in Bowling Green to bring this back, having the preferred side and having all of their roster in the lobby.
I mean, you're just looking at it right now, right off the bat. 4 go down for St. Clair. Last player in Boiler is going to be challenged in a 1v1. Ranger finds White Tiger, wipes St. Clair off the map. They don't even have C stents.
I'm telling you right now, Blast is having himself a field day, and that's something that's gonna rally that team together. They're hyping each other up. Yo, we kept that close 4v5. We got all of the boys in the lobby now. Let's get it. Let's win it.
Oh, this is just a big showing for Bowling Green and why they are in this, why they're one of those higher seeds from the division. And now we do hop on board with Bung. He's going to be watching Stockroom. He's going to be waiting for these players to push up a little bit of delay on the stream, and he actually loses that gunfight to Tiger. Yeah,
honestly, I think going through into this, Bowling Green has shown that they are the better team throughout this one. And I think they're going to continue to do it here.
Oh, we're stuck. We're stuck on one player. We're stuck on Bung.
Yeah, it looks like we're having that lag issue here. I'm not sure if that's us lagging out or if that's the lobby lagging out. Yep, that's us getting kicked from the game. So unfortunately, we're going to have to toss it to a short break while we figure out what's going on in this series. But don't go anywhere because right now, this is a hot series.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this matchup. Sorry about what just happened, but we lagged out of the game. St. Clair did win game 3, so their life is still going in the playoffs. Stents, how are you feeling about that domination before we left?
I was not feeling good for St. Clair. I thought Bowling Green, they got their 5 players in the lobby. I thought it was going to be smooth sailing. They were going to retake the lead. But St. Clair clutched up. They did what they needed to do. You can call it a gift. You can call it dealing with whatever situation is dealt to you, but they bought themselves an Azir Cave hardpoint. And I know you got a lot more information on this St. Clair team. Do you think they can do it here? Do you think they can extend the series?
Well, I just looked at their hardpoint stats for Azir Cave because I was curious at what they've been running.
Yeah.
And St. Clair is 0-0 on Azir Cave for the regular season. Haven't gone to Azir Cave yet, so we might be seeing some crazy strats come up from. Maybe they want to be here.
Maybe they're nasty at Cave.
Exactly. I haven't seen them play Cave. Last time I saw St. Clair play Cave is when I was on the roster in the kickoff season. And let me just tell you, we got spawn traps, but at the same time, it might have been me. I might have been the problem there, so they might have switched it up a bit.
No, that can't possibly be it. Look at us. We're on the desk. We both of us should be playing. Let's be honest. Looks like we're loading into this map number 4. Let's just move on from that topic. This Cave, about 14 seconds to start. Let's see if we get dropped from the lobby. I'm not going to bring us in quite yet. Looks like we should be good to go, though.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be hopping into the lobby just shortly as the time ticks down from 3. Game number 4, Azir Cave, Bowling Green State versus St. Clair Saints. And St. Clair down 2-1. The tournament life is on the line. Take it away, Stents.
I think this could be horrible for Bowling Green. This could just destroy all momentum they had. But as I say that, gunfight's going back and forth. So Bowling Green not doing too hard, but this early time going over to St. Clair.
I mean, just like the gun runner, St. Clair starts off on the preferred sides, and they're going to have the spawns. If you take a look at the mini-map, number 7, it's going to be AKA Lavelle holding down point 2 spawns all the way in back point 2 spawn site. White Tiger pushing the caves. All the players on Bowling Green are going down with the exception of a few going back and forth. But St. Clair, they're starting off strong.
Yes, they are, and more importantly, they're not letting Ranger do something disgusting. You can't let that happen. I was about to give St. Clair all the props for not losing spawns, and they haven't lost spawns, but that was a little bit disrespectful there from Bowling Green.
And St. Clair, you know, they got a little bit too excited, a little bit too aggressive out. A few players got caught out, but Lavelle is still holding down spawns, finds a double kill. White Tiger's starting to push out. He finds one, traded out by Tactics, but 4 go down for Bowling Green. St. Clair's starting to stabilize.
Yeah, I mean, they have these close spawns. They haven't let anyone break in. These players are going to be flooding through Cave Cut to try to break that back spawn. 40 seconds left on this one. Turkster doing what he needs to do in the hill. Body shots back and forth between these two teams. I love it. Sauce picks up 2. Priestley. This hill has been all St. Clair.
I mean, these two teams got history. They want to win against each other, and you can see the passion in their gunshots. 23 seconds left on this, and I want to point out Turkster's 6-5, so he's starting off strong too. That's what I like to see from the Saints.
And that's big for me. I think Turkster showing up in this one is what's going to be the difference. And it has been the difference this far. Tactics, though, shutting down 3 players on rotation. Bowling Green State is going to be set up for this next hard point. But St. Clair has shown us that they're able to break through these hard points.
They can do it. It starts off with Priestley. He's trying to break out for his team. Tactics might be the thorn in the side of St. Clair. He's looking for Priestley here, and he's going to find him. No, he doesn't. Priestley peeks and takes him out, finds a second one too. Lavelle falls off the map, so St. Clair down a player, but they're looking to push this front of the site.
I think it's just going to be an answer of who is going to be holding the L trigger hard enough. Bung also falls off the map. There's a little bit back and forth. They don't even have to shoot at each other. They're just jumping off the map. Gunfights, look at that. That kill feed is perfectly striped. Both teams pulling out the trades here, but this time going in favor of St. Clair. As we look over towards the rotation here, player number 0, that's going to be Priestley, going to run into multiple players from Bowling Green. See, those players hitting through mid from Bowling Green allows to buy them some time for the other two set up in next. Ranger's going to get called out by Priestley, but he gets traded out by Smiley.
And that's important for St. Clair to run the 2 players here. Blast comes for the backup. Smiley stays strong in this, and he's got some backup from Bung. 4 go down for Saints. And the BG Falcons, they're going to stabilize in this 4th point, and they're going to lock up. But there's a player flanking. Is he going to be caught out? That's Lavelle. That's a big play. Now, if you're Bowling Green, you got to turn your attention to what's behind you.
Yeah, player number 7, Lavelle. I like the idea of this flank, but you got to be careful that you don't clear out hill while you're still on that flank, because you'll force your team to spawn out for next. Plays that perfectly. Bowling Green going to spawn way out towards Chicken Coop for this hill. But honestly, looking towards next, St. Clair is set up perfectly. They just don't want to make sure that Bowling Green doesn't get all of this scratch.
I mean, they're going to stick Lavelle back up in top broken, which is where he was for the 2nd point. Turkster there to back him up, but Lavelle, this is just a turret that St. Clair needs to hold strong. 4 go down, including a teammate on the St. Clair kill feed, but St. Clair with the lead going into point 5. Turkster on point. He's going to be that OBJ player looking for Bung. Doesn't connect with the kill, putting some shots down range.
Yeah, right now, all this time going in favor of St. Clair. Bowling Green trying to put together a push as a team. That's some good shots out of Priestley over towards Cave. They're clearing them out. White Tiger, Priestley, Gucci Gang, Lavelle, all of these players based out of St. Clair are putting up numbers in the slaying department. Bowling Green able to break through the back a little bit here, but unfortunately for them, St. Clair's going to spawn out towards the front of this hill, be able to support their team. Lavelle with 2, Priestley with 2. Bowling Green with no success breaking this hill. St. Clair's going to be up by a ton after this one.
Wow, and that play from Priestley, the heads up that Bowling Green was rotating around. He got the stun check, and he followed up with Lavelle, but now we're going to be heading to the 2nd rotation. Bowling Green is going to be set up for that as well with tactics. Player number 2 set up in yellow. He's going to have an interaction here with Tiger. Tiger finds a double kill. Priestley breaks open with a third. St. Clair pushing out spawns.
Yeah, St. Clair doing exactly what you want on this hard point. And honestly, we could be saying a game 5 with how St. Clair is playing right now. This has ignited the fire, but as I say that, Bowling Green starts to heat up a little bit. Blast, Bung, and Tactics combined for 3. Bung with another on the White Tiger. Bung with a third on the Turkster. Getting a little warm here. He's on a 4 streak, holding that AR in top treehouse, looking over mid. Looking on the rotation here. You have to play for these spawns.
I mean, we got to look back at Blast, though. He's 8 and 19. He is not having a good game 4. He is struggling for Bowling Green. He has found a few little successful interactions going into this next point, but you have Lavelle set up back in his turret position. Will they be able to break it this time?
I don't think they can. I mean, this is beautiful. You're just going to have that one player. That's his entire job, Lavelle, is to watch the back. And the side of St. Clair is going to push out, able to find these kills, but Bowling Green's going to send everyone through cave, and they're going to be finding some success now. Ranger with 1, Tactics 1, Smiley with 1. They're going to find the hill, try to force St. Clair to spawn out, but they're still spawning so close.
Yeah, and unfortunately fortunately for Saints, they do hold on to the spawns, and they will be able to rotate around. You can already see St. Clair, they're still pushing for this. They're still attacking the hill. I don't like this position from the Saints. They can't be pushing this hill for time. There's only 18 seconds left. They got to go for next. You look at number 7, Lavelle. He's the teammate to start going for that. Number 4, he's going to be the contestant for that. Will he come out in this 1v1? It's important. But Blast, he takes that.
Yeah, he ends up falling. Bowling Green going to be set up for this scrap time, but unfortunately for them, St. Clair is next. Already all the players from Saints spawning up in support.
And Priestley, he's going to set up top hill. He can look over to this broken building, support his teammates enough. Contestation comes out, but it's broken a little bit fast for the Saints. 42 seconds on this. They can take their lead farther, but nobody racking up points just yet, as it was broken by the Bowling Green Falcons.
Yeah, Bung plays a massive role in that one, playing in top broken, clearing out the players from St. Clair, but White Tiger and Gucci Gang combining for 4 body shots coming out. St. Clair has warmed up. They've lit up in this one. They're trying to force a game 5. I just want to know, why haven't they played this map all season if this is how they perform on Cave?
Well, I have no answer for you on that one. But this is a hill that Bowling Green racked up an immense amount of time on. St. Clair breaks the 200-point mark first. Only 130 for Bowling Green, but this is a money hill in the cave. Priestley will be the first line of attack for St. Clair. He connects with a few, but will they be able to break this fast and efficiently? It's up to Smiley at that point.
And unfortunately for the side of St. Clair, they're not able to get the gunfight when they need to break through to this hill. Bowling Green holding strong, trying to build a comeback. Smiley absolutely melts White Tiger there. But right now, Bowling Green has everyone set up in this hill. I think St. Clair, you got to opt to just rotate. And that's what 2 players are doing. I think at this point, just play for next. You're not going to break that set.
I like what St. Clair is doing right now. They're setting up for the 5th point. They're not even thinking twice about that second hard point. They're gonna hold the lead going into the next one. We saw St. Clair blow open this game on this hill, so this is where we could see them blow the lead out even more. White Tiger and Sauce find 2. Sauce holding down Cave, and he's holding it down. Ranger in a 1v1 at range. Will Sauce be able to come out on top with this? He's on fire!
Yeah, Sauce is just putting down some disgusting shots, cleaned out by Blast there. Blast with another. But I think that the side of St. Clair is going to still be spawning so close to that hard point. So even though Bowling Green finds some success in the kills department, being able to clear out the point, I think that St. Clair is going to be able to spawn up close, win the gunfights, and make sure at least Bowling Green does not get any closer to winning.
Yeah, but Blast here, he's finally heated up. He's finding some success here where he was 8 and 18. Or he was 8 and something. He's now 25 and 30 on a 3 streak, holding down the point on a 4 streak now. He's found his rhythm in the game. And now the Bowling Green Falcons are bringing themselves back into the St. Clair. They have to look for next at this point.
No way. St. Clair, do not choke this. You shot bodies. You were up by so much. You need to have the mental fortitude, and that's what I'm seeing right there. 4 kills in the kill feed for St. Clair. Get ready for rotation. Lock down this mid first hill, and this is so exciting right here. It's 222. Tie ball game. Bowling Green in control of the hill. Now St. Clair in control of the hill. This is insane.
Back and forth from both teams. 30 seconds left. Both teams can win on the hill. They can't stop putting pressure here. St. Clair getting spawned out, but 2 players go down on the side of Bowling Green. Lavelle going to break the end. We has to win that, and he does. Blast on a 5-kill streak, breaks on in. They only need 10 more seconds. This might be the fall of St. Clair right here. Priestley doesn't have something to say with it, but they still have to pressure it. Bowling Green still can win off of this. St. Clair breaks through. They go to next, and they have the spawns for next 2.
And they aren't going to get the tick, Bowling Green. St. Clair, this is doable. You might not choke this just yet.
Woohoo, this is the closest match we've seen in the playoffs just yet. So anybody on this ride, they gotta stay tuned for this one. Turkster, he's set up on point. We see a team kill for Bowling Green, but in comes the cavalry. 4 go down for St. Clair. They're off spawns. Bowling Green clutches up. They send St. Clair home 250 to 230 with a clutch hardpoint on Azir Cave.
I don't know what I just watched, but that was exciting. St. Clair choked that map to Bowling Green. There's no other way to put it. You shot bodies and you didn't win the map.
I'm heartbroken after that one. That was a show from St. Clair that they put on. They wanted that win. They brought it back. Priestley dropped 40 kills, Stens.
It wasn't enough. Oh, wow. Looking at this scoreboard, just a more balanced effort from Bowling Green. I feel like that I don't have words right now. I'm mind blown at that one.
I am just like you. I'm speechless after that game 4. St. Clair, they had that in their hand. They had a 70-point lead, and they dropped it in that 5th hard point. They had it locked down the first time. They couldn't do it the second time, and it was just the composure for Bowling Green. They just clutched up where they needed to, and they pulled it back with just the effort that they put into it. That was just amazing play from Bowling Green.
Yeah, but I mean, shout out to St. Clair. You made this a lot more interesting. I thought we were going game 5. I probably said we were going game 5, but it might be the casters cursed. I don't know. But Bowling Green, hats off to you for showing up in this game, in this entire series. Looking back over at what happened, Bowling Green able to take a close map 1. And I know the scoreline in map 2 doesn't look that close, but it was close. Game number 3, unfortunately, we lagged out. It was a 4v5 in the first half. St. Clair able to take that one to try to extend the series. And looking at what we just saw in that cave hardpoint, St. Clair goes up early, goes up big. Unfortunately for them, not able to close it out.
No, it was a valiant effort though from the Saints side of the map. They put up quite the fight in this matchup, but excited to see what they can bring next year. I know they already have plans for the next season. I know they already have some standout plays to work on and some practice to go through. So I'm excited to see what the Saints can bring in the next season of this CCL. A hardworking team. They've earned their spot in playoffs, and they played their hearts out in this matchup. Sadly, just wasn't enough against Bowling Green. They move on in the losers bracket. St. Clair gets sent home, and now we're going to be looking to the next match, Stens.
Yeah, I believe coming up next on Bravo, you have UT Dallas going up against Illini Orange, and am I excited for that matchup?
Oh, it's going to be a tough one. Sadly, won't be casted from the two of us. You will be having 2 new faces on the cam, so excited to see what they can bring to the commentary desk. And honestly, it's been a wild 2 games between Penn State and Mississippi, and then Bowling Green and St. Clair. Both series, we saw one good fight from both teams. I mean, it was a 3-0, 3-1 So we saw some teams stand out to the other ones. And from the side of myself, Seymour, and Stents right next to me on the screen, any closing statements for you?
I mean, just don't go anywhere because I am so excited for this next matchup. Justin, Mr. J Pistachio, I'll be watching. Don't let me down.